Oh boy. Hello and welcome to another episode of Pump the Brakes. Today, we are joined by the forever golf guru, Blake Amrod. Hello, sir.
Hello, first ever Pump the Brakes live remote. We would already be at Pluckers, but Kevin was running late as always.
Okay.
My wife's first appearance on here, Meg.
Hello.
Let's go.
The boo cleaner.
International. That's Brandon driving, internationally acclaimed podcast.
I had somebody at the bar yesterday come up to me and say, "Hey, does Ham's wife actually pick up the poop or not?" I lost my damn mind. Today is our college football episode. We will be breaking down all things college football, top 25, Heisman odds. We'll talk a little NIL. We do have a guest who is obviously having some technical difficulties. Of course, he just sent me a picture of his laptop saying it was updating, and he had a few minutes to update this. Of course,
a real pro gets on his phone like I always do when all that does that.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do.
Amateur hours filming.
Never fails. I actually wanted to start the episode with our bad beat, and I wanted to get him to talk about the online casino, but we will interrupt wherever we start with that story because I want to hear it from the man himself,
live from the horse's mouth.
Live. Oh man, I'm probably going to start crying because that story just has me in absolute hysterics. So we're going to start this show. I want to talk about this, the name, image, likeness, and how players are getting paid, and your thoughts on the little debacle between Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, I thought Jimbo looked like a huge bitch. I mean, he could have just owned what they did, right? They didn't just get 8 5-stars at College Station out of nowhere. He could just come out and say, you know what, we use the rules to our advantage, and we took advantage of this. And he chose bad resistance to line and say, oh, we just
I don't know if you can hear me. You are breaking up and sound like a robot. So I didn't mean like we are having some technical difficulties as Ham sounds terrible.
How about now?
No, it's awful. Still terrible.
18 bars.
Yeah, this, I don't know what you did or what button you pushed, but this is horrific.
Is it bad?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm gonna mute you. You figure it out. Give me a hand signal when you're ready to roll. Listen, Jimbo, you have these rules. Yeah, buddy, sign off and sign back in. Listen, if you're Jimbo Fisher, like he said, just own it. You have these rules to your advantage to where you have this money set aside. Oh, here we go. I think we're good. We good? We back?
Can you hear me now?
Now, yes. I could hear you the whole time. You just sounded like you had one of them smoker voices.
It may have been the headphones.
You sounded like Kane from 1997.
Yeah, back in the Attitude Era when the WWF was worth of shit.
Oh, it was worth of shit. But yeah, no, I was just saying, I totally agree. Like, Jimbo, these are the rules. Yeah, you paid your players to come play for you. Who gives a shit?
I agree. Yeah, just own it.
Just own it.
He basically took the worst path he could take and made a bigger deal out of something that shouldn't be a big deal, right? He went by the rules. He got recruits there. He paid them. There's no doubt about that. 8 5-star recruits didn't just show up in College Station because it's a fun town. I've been there. It's a shithole. I mean, it is what it is, right?
And it's not like
you out Saban. Just own it. Just say that.
Yeah, so what was it, a couple months ago when he came out and he just lit into Saban. Oh, well, I know people that used to work for him. If you go and check his past, you'll see all the shitty things he did. Yeah, no shit.
Well, hey.
Every college coach in America, buddy.
Newsflash, Jimbo, you used to work for Saban too, buddy.
Well, that was kind of his point. He's like, hey, I know what goes on in that locker room.
Well, that's everywhere, though, right? They've been doing NIL for years at these huge schools.
Now it's just
something fucking new. It's just legal now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that was bad on Jimbo. I'm always been a Jimbo guy, so I was a little disappointed in that. But yeah, he just sounded like a huge bitch.
How do you think Do you think this is going to I don't want to say ruin recruiting because again, this has already been going on, but I don't. There's no right way to actually not legalize this, but put a cap on it because this cheating shit's been going on forever. Now you're just now you are admitting that this shit is happening, but I don't like it. Because these little schools are never going to get this hometown.
Wait, who's not going to get the little schools?
Yeah, I mean,
they weren't getting them anyway.
Not that they were going to get them anyway, but now you're definitely not getting them.
Who cares? The big boys are being the big boys. It is what it is, right? You're going to tell me that Johnny Manziel should have got suspended for signing his own fucking name and selling his jersey? That's ridiculous.
No.
It's his fucking name.
Yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, it's absurd.
That's separate than. Hey, you come to Texas, I give you 1.2 mil.
Is what it is.
Hey, Texas Tech, now
you tell me how this is going to affect the landscape of college football. TCU wasn't walking through the door in the national championship. Ohio's not. I mean, come on. It's not going to change anything. The big boys are still going to be the big boys. I want to see the big brands be good. I want to see USC be good. I want to see Miami be good. I want Ohio State to be good. I want LSU to be good. I want Alabama to be good. I don't want fucking TCU in the playoffs. I don't want to see that shit. I just watched Cincinnati get the shit kicked out of them last year. I don't need it. I told you that last year. I don't need to see Cincinnati in the playoffs. I'd rather just watch another SEC team. I don't need to watch Cincinnati get beat by 30. Pointless.
I mean, I get it. I don't know how. I want something fucking different. I'm sick of the same 6 fucking teams.
Well, you better get used to it. But people act like that's new. Like Nebraska and Miami ran the 90s.
A part of it is the issue is that it's not new. It's been the same.
People say that because Bama has been dominant for 2 decades now. There's Bama fatigue, but there ought to not be fatigue across the entire landscape of college football. By the way, 17 seasons in a row, Alabama has been ranked number 1 at some point in the year. That is incredible. That will never be topped ever again. Nobody will ever do that in a row. That is unbelievable. 17 seasons in a row. At some point, they have been ranked number 1 in the nation. Think about that. And half those years, I think 8, they've won a national championship. That's silly. I sure wish Saban was coaching right here at Tiger Stadium, right over my shoulder. If you could see it. That would be just lovely.
Boy, that would be something. So we'll actually transition to the top 25, and obviously Bama comes in ranked number 1.
Of course.
Just a quick top 5. Bama 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Clemson 4. I was actually a little shocked that they had Notre Dame 5th. Oh. Well, hello. Mason Spillman. Welcome to the show. Beach. Are you shirtless?
Hello.
Might be the
At
first
the beach,
nude
baby.
guest.
Oh
this
my
is the first
God.
nude guest in PTB history.
Good heavens.
At the beach.
Okay.
Hey, so we started the show with talking about the NIL and how this could affect. We really were talking Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher. But first,
so NIL is nuts.
Hold on. I wanted to hear your story about the online casino because that truthfully is my favorite thing in the entire world. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. About 2017, I was on a lily pad and they had an online casino and I was playing games and I this is alleged and I
won like $1,000, no, allegedly.
I lost some Monopoly money, and I told Ham that I owed some Monopoly money. He said, man, there was a glitch. Everybody won.
Everybody.
So I texted the guy, and he said, yeah, there was a glitch, and you were the only one that lost. I think they paid out about $15,000. And I lost $600.
Was this on Cherry 401?
Yes.
Cherry 401, yes.
R.I.P. Cherry 401.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
4-1 out. Do you got any thoughts on the Nick Saban, Jimbo?
Yeah.
Fisher
So, Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher. They know what they're doing. They want this this NIL stuff to be regulated, and I also think it needs to be. And the only way to do that is to get everyone on board. They know that they're good. They know that they can compete in an NIL world, and he's just warning everyone else. If you want to stay competitive, if you want to stay in the race, if Cincinnati wants to make the playoff again, y'all have to regulate this NIL, because Cincinnati can't bring in the money that A&M and Alabama and LSU and SEC schools, Clemson, USC, big number of schools, group of 5 schools can't bring that kind of money in. It's just fact.
Do you think
Pam, you muted.
I said they couldn't do it before.
Right.
It's not like last year.
Cincinnati should have never been in the playoff, but that's another time for another story.
Yeah, we can actually get into that a little bit later. Do you think this affects recruiting? Obviously, it affects recruiting. How do you think it affects recruiting for like your Texas Techs or your I don't want to say your smaller schools, but
Texas Tech, that's an easy answer. Texas Tech is an easy answer because of, look what just happened in their state. Texas A&M paid out reportedly over $30 million for recruits.
Yeah.
Now that'll never be proven, and they'll deny it till the day they die. But that stuff doesn't just get made up to get made up.
And you know what? That's
got to be some truth. Whether it,
if you're Jimbo, why would you deny it? Who cares? It's technically just own it.
Right. It was legal. Everything he did was legal.
Oh, this guy. Hey, let me ask you, do I sound better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound good.
My name is Jonathan.
All right, so we quickly brought in the top 25 poll. Ham said that.
Hey, what timeout? Can I get a Moscow Mule?
No line, please. I timeout so we can order a Moscow Mule.
We don't have ginger beers. We can't do Moscow.
Yeah, you fucking fuck.
Where do I see the live chat?
Oh, dude.
What did I get last Alabama has been rated number 1 at some point in the season 17 years in a row. That's outrageous.
Say that again?
No.
Alabama at some point in time in the last 17 years has been rated number 1, at least once during the season.
At some point in the season.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Wow.
I would like to go back to this. Let me go back to this NIL real quick.
Okay.
Y'all are making some pointless points. You're like, oh, Cincinnati can't compete. They can't compete anyway. Texas Tech can't compete.
No, I understand. He was asking.
They couldn't compete before.
Saban Jimbo thing, and he's warning everyone that if they don't regulate this NIL stuff, that they're going to be out of it quicker than they'll never even have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, and
they're already out there. They were out. It's a miracle run when a Power 5 school makes it, and then I just have to watch them on New Year's Eve when I should be watching some quality football get the ever-loving shit kicked out.
I agree, but they're still finding a way to get into the playoffs. I don't think they should be there, but they're making it in there. They'll be an afterthought.
But isn't that a problem that we're already eliminating 90% of college football before the season?
They're already eliminated.
That's my point.
I don't care about ULL. I don't care about McNeese. I don't care about Northwestern State, Southeastern. I don't care about those schools.
But what do you want to do?
If you're losing money, then
that I don't.
shut
I don't
down
know
your
what the
football
correct
season,
answer is.
man. I don't care.
80% of the NFL is eliminated right now.
No, they're probably in the discussion. No, but in the NFL, there's a system in place that there's an attempt to balance the fairness.
Sure, but the best team wins probably 95% of the time.
Right.
Your Giants in 07 beating the Patriots is a one.
Sure. I get that. And again, I'm not even necessarily saying I'm disagreeing. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just trying to invoke conversation.
The NIL did nothing to ruin parity. Parity has been ruined for 2 decades.
Right. I don't think the NIL ruined parity. I think the NIL was, to an extent,
exposed parity
to try exactly. And I just think there's better ways to try and do it. But again, like, this has been going on for decades. Now it's just legal.
Right. You're right.
All right, moving on. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll move on. So the top 25, I gave the top 5. Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Notre Dame. Was there a ranking in that top 25 that you looked at and you were just like, this makes no sense. This team should not be ranked this high? Or is there a team you're like, what the fuck? This team should not be this low?
I don't remember what Wisconsin was because I can't look it up on live remote at Booker's at the single barrel drive-through.
I got it.
But yeah, I like Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin's going to push for the Big Ten title. They're good. They returned over 70% of their starters, and they were good last year. They're going to have a great defense. So I thought they were a little low, but other than that, I mean, we just talked about it. There's not a lot of parity in college football. The top 5 are probably pretty accurate. Now, I am a little down on Clemson. I think Clemson's probably a little too high.
Yeah.
I think Miami.
I think Utah at 7 is too much. There are 10 or 12 better teams right now than Utah. They're going to win a bunch of games because they play in a shitty conference, and they may even make a playoff. But there are 10 better teams at least.
So if you think they might make the playoffs, there are 10 better teams.
Yeah, there's better teams that make the playoffs. I mean, there's probably 3 teams a year that are good enough to make a playoff in the SEC alone.
Agreed.
But only one makes it sometimes 2.
I agree with that.
Alabama, Georgia, and A&M in over a Utah. Now,
right, and Utah's going to be, have 1 or 2 losses. They're going to be right there in the discussion, but they're not going to play anybody. They would. I think Florida beats them week 1.
Ooh,
beats Utah. I would have bet Utah's quarterback to win the Heisman.
We will.
Anthony Richardson is filthy.
Okay, there's a lot of mocks that have him going in round 1, which I think is a little like, hey, this is for Jacob Dees. Let's pump the brakes on the Anthony Richardson.
Dude, I'm telling you,
he's good, but he's not a first round caliber player.
He's a quarterback. Somebody will take a shot on him.
No, I mean,
that didn't mean anything last year.
That's right.
And even if he all right, that's fine. Sure, you take a chance on that, but he's quarterback, 5 coming into the year?
Would you take Levis at Kentucky over him?
He's 3 at best. He's behind Stroud and Young. There's no doubt about that. Well, we'll get into specific quarterbacks and all that stuff. Is there a team that might not have been ranked? Your Texas, your LSU, your Florida, that has a chance to be one of the high risers this year?
Texas could certainly make a run.
Yeah, I mean, Bijan Robinson's a dog.
And if you believe in Errors or Quinn, whatever his name is, Errors, I mean, if you believe in him, Texas could definitely make a run. The Big 12's kind of open, right? Although I am a believer in Oklahoma for the record. I'm going to bet their quarterback to win the Heisman as well.
Ham, again, just so you know, it's very staticky.
Yeah, I didn't hear what he said.
Jesus.
You're going to bet Dylan Gabriel to win the Heisman? UCF boy, I'm a big fan of Gabriel.
He relinks with that offensive coordinator, by the way.
He does what?
He links back up with the offensive coordinator from UCF, Jeff Lavey.
Oh, he's at Oklahoma now?
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, buddy, those headphones are shit. Mason, are you on the Texas as a potential high riser?
I think Bijan Robinson can be really good.
Yeah.
I don't think they're back. I think Oklahoma State's going to beat them. I think Oklahoma's going to beat them. TCU could beat them. I think Kansas beat them last year. You can't really I'm not sold on Sarkisian, but I think they have the talent to be good.
Oklahoma State's going to be horrible this year.
No, their defense is filthy.
I would take Oklahoma State under 8.5 wins as one of my top college plays of the year.
Oh.
Their defense is filthy.
They're not good.
No, they're returning they're filthy.
Is it bad for background noise when I do this?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just going to mute every time until I need to say something.
Okay, I like that. And even when you do end up saying something, it still sounds like shit.
Even now with the headphones out?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's not as bad.
It's not as bad, but it's not. You don't sound like professional. Basically.
Would it be better if I went and sat in the truck?
No. It only is when like you actually speak. It's just like there's an echo from your voice to the phone. It's weird.
Yeah.
Is
that Brandon Oliver? You're muted.
Oh yeah. Is Brandon taking Jaeger shots?
Yeah, he'll take one Jaeger.
Will you take a Jaeger live on Pump the Brakes, please?
Yes, Kevin will.
Is there a non-Power 5 school?
No. Next.
I honestly agree. Ham, you think and none of them have a shot?
No.
Well, all right. Let's not dismiss it so quickly because it just happened last year.
They're cooked. Name one non-Power 5 team that could possibly make it. Name me one.
Well, I mean, Utah would be the one, but I'm just playing host here. I gotta initiate these conversations. I gotta get something going because yes, the correct answer is no. There's no shot. But you got to have the conversation. All right, look, Ham, where are you going?
I'm gonna go to the truck. I can't hear. I can't talk. I can't see. I got to go to the bathroom. I didn't want to bring the podcast to the bathroom. I'm trying to be a pro's pro.
You didn't think about
going to bring my drink.
Do what? Utah is not a Group of 5 school.
I know.
Yeah. Who said they were?
Oh, they switched conferences.
What was the question? The question just said, can any non-Power 5 school make the playoff?
Oh, then yeah, no, you're right.
Said Utah. Utah's in the Pac-12.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
no Power 5 school.
There's not one.
Can y'all hear me?
I mean, I guess Notre Dame, but
yeah.
Is this better?
No, they count as Power 5.
Yeah, I guess. All right, we're gonna start with the ACC. We're gonna go down previews. Is Clemson a lock? Oh, Ham is gone. Is Clemson a lock to win the ACC?
No, they're not a lock. They, I think they're gonna win it, but they're not a lock. They could easily not win it.
Yeah, they are right now minus 155. Every odd that I give is going to be from FanDuel Sportsbook. Just a heads up. I know, Ham, when we were talking about this, a lot of the odds that I text in our thread were off based on the MGM app that you have. But
does this sound any better?
Yes.
If Brandon Oliver is listening to this podcast, I cannot figure out how to crank your truck. I'm in a bind and I may sweat to death. Miami is going to win the ACC.
I agree.
Wow.
I'm in love with Van Dyke to win the Heisman.
Dude, stop it. Stop.
Well, you saw that line at 40-1. Boy,
I love him.
I think I may have figured something out. Hold on.
Okay. So
I'm
rule
back.
number one that I learned is for college football, especially when you try and look at highlight tape, don't, because highlight tapes only show you all of the good things that player does. Obviously, I could put a highlight tape on anybody in the NFL. It's going to make them look good. So what I try and do is I Google worst plays. Like, what did this guy suck at?
Yep.
Even his bad plays, dude.
You want to hear his stat?
He's going to win the Heisman, and I think he's going to be a top 10 pick. Hot take.
You want to hear his stat?
Oh, yeah. Lay it on me.
Only 2 quarterbacks in the last, I think maybe ever, have thrown for 300 yards and 6 touchdowns in consecutive games. Do you know who they are? One's obviously Van Dyke.
Burrow.
I got a good guess. And Joey B.
Burrow is the other one.
Dude. Oh,
Jesus.
my God.
You had him at 40-1. He's 25-1 on MGM. You ought to bet that way. I guess you can't bet.
I can't.
Yeah, they won't let me bet on FanDuel for some reason. I don't know why.
You can't bet what?
In Louisiana?
FanDuel won't let me bet.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I have no clue why. I haven't been able to figure it out yet.
I might try it.
I love Miami. They do play A&M early in the year. They'll probably get boat race there, but
Dude, A&M's going to be overrated as always. Next.
NC State is not going to be bad. They have a good quarterback. They have an okay defense. I'm not calling them to win anything, but they could easily upset Clemson.
Plus 900, they're worth a flyer.
Yeah.
Plus
like
900, they're certainly worth a flyer.
To win the ACC, I'm assuming.
To win the ACC, they're 9-1. They're worth a flyer.
Jeez, I got them.
Yeah, I agree. Their quarterback.
Last time I bet NC State, they cost me a $25,000 parlay. I will never do it again. So
Jesus.
That was in Ocean Springs. Eric Evans was there. That's when remember Navy was down 27-0 in halftime, and I had their money line was like plus 1,000.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yep.
We honestly talked about it. We're like, thank God that parlay didn't hit because we would have been dead.
I'd have been dead. I'd have been in Biloxi buried somewhere.
To the Big 12. Well, all right. Let me ask. So Clemson is obviously not a lock per se. If you just had to pick, not including gambling odds, do you think Clemson does win the ACC?
I'm all in on the U. The U is back.
Yes.
The U is back.
They're not a lock, but I think they win it. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if Clemson wins the conference, nobody here is going to be shocked. But if the U is back, we'll transition to the Big 12. Is Texas back again?
No.
I really like Oklahoma, so I think a lot of people are down on Oklahoma just because Lincoln Riley left.
That's a big fucking deal.
Dude, that's a big deal, but fucking Gabriel's a really good quarterback.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't fucking stink. He put up numbies at UCF. He's back with his old offensive coordinator. Venables is gonna trot a good defense out. Like Lincoln Riley did not take all the talent they had. I mean, that may be a good buy low spot on Oklahoma. Texas is starting to get that overhyped. Texas is back. Yeah, he's a good coach. He's best defensive coordinator in the country for like the past 10 years. And you got the whole, Texas is back. What happens every time Texas is back? They play somebody and they get fucking boat raced.
Yeah, Texas is terrible.
Texas is not back. But I mean, if you think
didn't Kansas beat Texas last year?
I don't remember.
Probably, dude. Texas stinks.
Pretty sure 2 years ago, Les Miles and Kansas beat Texas.
Oh, what a genius! It's not a damn drop of cranberry.
Milk.
Puka Williams. Puka Williams was dirty for Kansas.
Oh yeah.
Who?
Puka.
Yeah. Williams was
dirty. Blew Puka Williams out in the state championship when he played at Huntsville, by the way.
He's dirty.
He's not good.
He's on the NFL roster somewhere, I think.
You didn't like that?
There's not a drop of cranberry in here.
Can I tell you that I was forced to drink a Rumpelmans at 10:45 this morning?
Oh, I'm sure you were forced.
It was shoved down my throat. They may as well have.
I got Oklahoma in the Big 12. Great buy low spot on the Sooners. They're probably they're like plus 250, plus 225.
Geez, I got them at plus 190. They're the favorites.
So they've gone down a little bit.
But still, I mean, Jesus.
That's my thing. That's we'll talk about the Heisman later, but I got Oklahoma.
And we're going to kind of talk about the playoff too, obviously. Anybody from the Big 12 have a chance? Oklahoma, the winner of this conference.
The playoff? No.
Yeah, they got a chance. No.
To make the playoff?
Yeah.
Of course they do. They're a Power 5.
To make the playoff, yes. To win the playoff, no.
Right. Yeah. Can they make it?
Oklahoma can make it.
Okay. I think this is probably the easiest one. Well, no, you guys, we'll see. I love Ohio State. I actually, for like the 9th year in a row, I'm going to pick them to win the entire thing.
You're not going to beat Alabama, dude.
I think this is, without a doubt, their conference to lose.
Oh, it is, but 10. I wouldn't sleep on. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Wisconsin. I'm telling you. Now, I don't think Wisconsin and Ohio State are in the same division in the Big Ten, so they could always meet up in the title game. Don't quote me on that. I don't have my computer in front of me. I'm pretty sure it's Michigan and Ohio State in a division, but maybe not even them. Do they even have division? Yeah, they do. They have the Legends and something else. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's OSU conference to lose, but I almost sprinkled a couple dollars on Wisconsin to win it all the other day. I really like Wisconsin. That dude Mertz is good.
I had them at 12-1 to win the conference. That's not bad odds. If you like,
That's not bad. I don't hate it.
Well, and you know what? You just
I would have to do a deeper dive into their schedule and see, but I don't hate that.
I mean, if you just get into the conference championship game, then you hedge. That's all you really need. At 12-1.
Is it to win the conference? Is it regular season or like the championship? That's two different bets.
I'm assuming it's the actual.
It's probably the regular season.
Yeah,
no, it's probably the regular season.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't. You'd have to look. I'd imagine it was a regular season. I don't know. Whatever.
What do we like Michigan at all?
No.
I don't know. I think Michigan's going to make a quarterback change probably around the third or fourth game to. I think his name is J.J. McCarthy. Because they start McNamara, or they're splitting reps right now. McCarthy's good. He's a stud. He's a 5-star recruit. So
yeah, he runs a little bit.
Yeah. You know how Harbaugh can be fickle with those quarterbacks.
The worst.
Yeah. So I don't want to bet a team that's got any kind of quarterback controversy. I'm out on that. You need to have a quarterback.
Is there a chance that any conference outside of the SEC can have more than one representative in the playoff?
Well, sure, there's a chance. Probably not a good one.
The Big Ten has the best shot.
I mean, there's always a chance. Yeah, the Big Ten would definitely have the best shot for sure. I don't see how the Big 12 could do it. Because the Big 12 doesn't have a conference championship anymore, do they?
No.
Yeah, so I don't see how they could do it.
Which is
you pretty much to get two teams in, you have to have a conference championship because you got to say, oh, they lost in the season, then they came back and beat them.
Right.
Now what we're going to do kind of thing. So, yeah, the Big Ten could do it. The Pac-12, I mean, I don't think the Pac-12 will do it, but I guess they could.
I mean, I guess USC and Utah could do it, but that's on
the ACC could probably do it. I mean, it could be done, but they're always going to lean to the SEC because they're going to play the harder schedule.
Yeah. Are we in love with the USC Trojans, the new and improved?
No.
They're
not going to have a defense.
No. I'm out on USC.
Do you need a defense in the Pac-12?
I'm out on USC.
Somewhat.
I like Utah.
Against Utah, you need a defense. Against Washington, you probably need a defense.
I'm a Utes man this year. So, yeah, of course, they're going to have a ton of hype. And they probably 3-4 years, maybe not even that long, they're going to be the USC of old, But, I mean, that was a dumpster fire over there.
How can you fail at USC? Like, you have to.
Because they should have fired Hilton a year before they did.
But, I mean, it's USC. Like, do you even have to recruit to get people to go to USC? Hey, just walk campus. You'll want to come here. I promise.
Yeah.
I mean,
I always said if I was a 5-star quarterback and could go anywhere in the country, I'd go to USC.
Oh, if there's one college that I could handpick and go to, it's USC. It's not even close.
I would go to Hawaii.
USC in Miami.
Hawaii.
Oh,
Hawaii would be sick.
You got to have to take an official visit to Hawaii.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Just to do that. Yeah. Is there a transfer? Obviously, they got Caleb Williams and Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma. Is there another?
Yeah, Jordan
transfer?
Addison from Pitt, the Blitnikoff winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to say they got the big receiver. Yeah.
Is there another transfer player, or is Caleb is anybody going to affect a team as much as Caleb Williams will at USC?
You can laugh all you want, but Spencer Rattler makes South Carolina better.
Oh, he absolutely makes them better.
Yeah,
he doesn't make them good. He makes them better.
They'll be better.
Yeah.
His Heisman odds are pretty high. Shocked me. Can you pull it up? I'm not on right now. It was
I'll tell you what. I'm at I stopped at the Kentucky quarterback Will Levis.
At what? What was him? What was
he? Was plus 10,000, and it was basically in order.
I thought Rattler was way higher than that.
Rattler might have. I might have just put him down specifically because he's got first round QB height. I think Rattler was 8,000.
Okay.
I am going off the top of my head, but
so
still,
81.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I guess that's an okay number.
He's not
but there's no chance. Yeah, he's not.
There's a lot. We'll talk about it in the Heisman discussion. There's a lot of qualifiers to win the Heisman. So
yeah, we will get to
quarterback
that.
in South Carolina is not going to be one of those guys.
No, they have to. We saved the best conference for last. We will do the SEC. I'll do the back roads right after, and then we'll get into the playoff Heisman and all that extra shit. You already kind of said this at the front. This is not a good year for A&M.
No, the answer to that question is no.
No.
Okay.
A&M will always be. I hate to say this because they're the Texas of the SEC. They're not any good. They can get all the 5-star recruits they want. All these guys here. Saban is going to bend Jimbo over the knee this year. I pray to God.
I can't wait for that game.
If Bama,
I want to go to that game.
If they open up less than a touchdown, like -6, I'm going to bet every red penny I can get my hands on Bama.
So
it's time for Daddy to teach a lesson.
Yeah,
I was listening to Brady Quinn and some CBS show or HQ, whatever they got going on over there.
Yeah.
And it was from like the end of May, and they said that line is like 16.5. Bama's favored.
Yeah,
as of now,
it's probably right.
It's going to be an ass whipping.
I'm assuming that game's.
I may bet that too.
I'd put some money on that.
That's going to be a beatdown. So I like, obviously, the SEC starts and ends in Tuscaloosa. I do like, if you want to get a little frisky, I'm not sold on Georgia, man. They lost a ton, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, they're still loaded on offense.
But they had like 6 first-rounders on defense.
It kind of depends how much you believe in Stetson Bennett, I suppose. But all he really has to do is facilitate. But I'm thinking about, I haven't done this yet, but I'm thinking about taking a little flyer on Tennessee to win the East.
Oh, God.
I'm real high on Tennessee this year. I'm a Hendon Hooker guy. I really am. Yeah.
So,
they got to win one game. This Kentucky hype can end. Kentucky is not going to be good.
All right. So my kind of thing is, who is the biggest question? Who's the third best team in the SEC? You have Bama and Georgia. Now Georgia could have a down year, but who's the third best team? I really like Tennessee. I think A&M could never beat Bama or Georgia, but I think they could beat everyone else. They could.
Yeah.
Arkansas, I don't know what they have on defense. I mean, I love KJ Jefferson. I think he's a dog. And that's really it. Ole Miss is going to have a good year, but they're going to lose the games they should lose. They're
going to lose to LSU.
Yeah, they are going to lose to LSU.
And I
like their quarterback and their running back, Zach Evans, former 5-star, went to TCU. He had
committed to LSU at one time, by the way.
Yeah. I think he was committed to everyone in the SEC at one time.
Yep, committed to A&M, yeah.
Yeah, and he went to TCU. He's really good. And Lane Kiffin got him in. You got Jackson Dart. I think he's got a big tight end from USC too. So, third best team in the league is going to be – my vote's going to be Tennessee. I really like Hendon Hooker, Josh Heupel.
Rocky Top, baby.
Yeah, they're going to be good.
What are they? Pull up the odds. They're like what? They're like 9-1 to win the East. Some crazy number.
They're going to beat LSU.
I got them plus 5,000 just to win the SEC overall. I didn't break it down by division.
They're probably like 9-8-1 to win the division.
Well, let's not bury the lead here. Obviously, you guys are LSU boys. What are your thoughts on the Tigers?
7-5.
Oof.
7-5. I think 9-3 would be like a great year. If we go 9-3, like I'll be like, damn, this is really good. But I'm freaking pumped, dude. Brian Kelly, we finally have a pro at the podium. We don't have some fucking dude up there eating grass. Some dude talking like he's about to cook a Tony Chachere's gumbo. Like, we got a pro back at the podium. It feels like Saban's back. I mean, we're killing the recruiting trail. We're killing it. Shout out Zachary Kylan Jackson just committed the other day to LSU. We're murdering the recruiting trail. Like I said, we have a pro. We have a pro. We have a coach who is a coach back at the podium. I don't have to hear Les Miles talk about chest and want, and I don't have to hear Edo fucking grumble and rumble. Like, we got a pro back at the podium, and I love it. LSU, I mean, 2-3 years, we will be back.
Are you not a fan of Ray
Walker
Baker?
Howard.
You're not a fan of Ray Baker?
No.
Ed Orgeron's an idiot.
He's-
So LSU, I'm torn between 7-5 and 8-4.
Yeah, I can see that. One of the toss-up games goes your way.
Yeah. Auburn, Florida, Ole Miss,
Arkansas, because it's at Arkansas.
Arkansas. If you want a great year, you want to win 3 of those 4.
Yep.
I'd be okay with 2 of those 4. I'd be pissed, but
I think 2 of those
lose
get you
Bama.
to 7, huh?
Huh?
2 of those get you to 7, doesn't it?
Yeah, 2.
If you win the
gets you
one
to
you should
7.
win.
Yeah, you're right.
So
2 gets you to 7. You're going to lose to Bama. You're going to lose to Tennessee. I'm kind of worried about Florida State. I don't know why.
we ain't losing Florida.
I was hot on them a few weeks ago, and I don't know. This quarterback situation's got my head all messed up. I understand Jaden Daniels is going to take the first snap. I think it's going to be a 2 QB system for a little while, and I don't like that. I'm not saying it's not going to work. I'm not saying Brian Kelly. It's just my preference. I like continuity.
But if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have 0 quarterbacks.
That's what I just said about Michigan.
Yeah.
If you got 2, you got none.
Yeah.
I think. Look, if LSU walks out 9-3, and this is a rebuilding year, he had to completely rebuild the roster.
Oh,
There were like
We didn't have
36
enough
players in January.
Yeah, we didn't even have enough fucking players. Like, dude, 9-3 would be, and you have a chance to go win 10 games in a bowl. Like, that would be amazing. LSU fans don't bitch no matter what. It doesn't matter. Like, they have, no patience at all. But yeah, 9-3, 8-4. Hell, 7-5 would be a good year, I think.
Tennessee is going to send LSU fans over the edge because they're going to beat us. And a lot of people don't realize how good Tennessee is. They're good.
Good. Yeah. I think they win
Tennessee, I assume.
They're better than LSU. Like, they're good.
Was that game at Tennessee?
It's at LSU. LSU has the potential to be undefeated in that game. Going into it, they have the potential to be. I think it's 6-0 going into that game.
What is it? Florida State, Southern,
Mississippi State, New Mexico State.
So that's 4-0.
Auburn
at Auburn.
Yeah, at Auburn.
Probably not gonna win it.
Yeah, well, they're in a little quarterback battle themselves between TJ Finley and Zach Calzada. So
I thought TJ Finley was in jail.
No, Zach. I don't think they really care about it. He was back at practice the next day.
Oh my!
I think that you would do good to split Tennessee and Auburn 1-1. Just figure out a way to win one of them.
Yeah.
Well, listen. If it's at Auburn and Tennessee's at home, you would hope. But I mean, Tennessee's better than Auburn. There's no shot that this isn't Bama's conference, right?
Yeah,
they're definitely going.
You're correct. Yeah,
they're only minus 140.
Probably free money. They have the best offensive player in the country, and they have the best defensive player in the country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, and that ain't all they got. So,
no, it is not. All right, we'll do this read, and then I have an interview question for Mason Spillman.
I'm going to the bathroom while we do this.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Jesus, man. Today's episode is brought to you by the premier clothing brand choice for any outdoor enthusiast, Backroads Apparel. Whether you chase the migration, live life at full draw, or just enjoy going to the camp to crack cold ones with friends and family, Backroads has a design that fits your lifestyle. Represent the brand that prides themselves on being authentic and original. Head over to backroadsapparel.com and grab your gear today. Be sure to use promo code PTB during checkout to receive 10% off of your entire order. Again, that's backroadsapparel.com, promo code PTB. And everybody has left. Oh, there's Mason. He's back. We're back, baby. Where did he go? All right, so Mason, for those of us that don't know, you were Mike the Tiger.
Yes, I was.
How does one get a gig like that?
So, early my senior year of high school, I got accepted to LSU, and I went to a small school. There was like 3 of us from my grade that were going to LSU. I wasn't going to know anyone. And Christmas of my senior year of high school, we went to one of my mom's friends' houses for like a little Christmas party, maybe Christmas Eve or the day after or something. And my mom's friend's daughter was at LSU, and she brought her boyfriend to Christmas. And I met him, and he was a really cool guy. His name was James. And, I told him I was going to LSU the next year, and he said, he's like, well, would you be interested in being the mascot? And I was like, dude, I've never been a mascot in my life. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'd be okay at that. And he's like, no, I'm telling you, you can do it, blah, blah, blah. So he said it's $1,000 semester scholarship. My mom jumped all over that, so I had a tryout in that spring, and just kind of go and get in suit and act crazy. And it's great. It's weird now that I think back on it. And I made
there was a tryout.
Oh, there was a tryout. Yeah. There was
how many people were at the tryout?
I think
2.
No, probably 10. Probably 10 tried out. 3 of us made it.
Being the mascot as a guy is as bad as wearing a fucking jersey.
Stop. No, I think it's fucking awesome.
No, nobody knows who you are, you idiot.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's like jacking off in a closet or something. Nobody knows you're doing it.
What?
You just said nobody knows who you are. Like, nobody knows you're doing it, but you're still doing it.
On the podcast. Jesus.
It's an explicit podcast.
Wow.
By the way, I just ran over like 14 people to get to the bathroom and back.
That was actually really fast. I was impressed.
Oh, yeah. I saw.
So, I did it in 2011 and 2012. I was actually Mike at the 2011 National Championship game. RIP to my soul. It was a fun experience. A lot of people think, you're the mascot at the football game, and they don't realize that there's men's and women's basketball and soccer, baseball, softball, volleyball, birthday
you're
parties.
There at everything.
It's every day. And
this man wants to act like wearing a fucking tiger suit's a job.
Dude, it's 100 and something degrees in there.
I was going to say, how hot is
Try getting in a tiger suit right now with the heat outside.
How about you just don't do it?
Somebody's got to do it.
I was already signed up. I'm not a quitter like Miles Brennan.
Or Eric Evans, but go ahead.
What did I quit?
I called Miles Brennan a quitter one time on Steven Gagion's Facebook, and I thought he was going to have a PMS stroke.
Jesus.
I also told him that the Rays were better than the Yankees, and he freaked out. Well,
Kevin Garrick said, Blake, what do you want us to order you?
I'm coming back in a minute.
Okay.
All right, let's just hop right into part 2. College football playoff. We got top 4.
I mean, it's so hard not to go chalk. Bama's in, right?
Yep. Bama's in.
Let's just do this. Like how we make these parlays. Like, okay, everybody agrees Bama's in.
Bama's in.
Ohio State's in.
In. Mason's
So
frozen.
2 spots are spoken for.
Yep.
Okay.
He's back.
I mean, can we take some flyers and not have like held like let's take like some flyers and then we'll do like who's actually in, right?
Okay.
So I like Wisconsin on a flyer.
Heard.
That
Love
gives you
Miami.
2 Big Ten teams and Miami.
Miami, yeah.
Utah.
Yeah, I like Utah too, by the way. I do like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who actually probably makes it?
Who
actually probably makes it? Bama, Ohio State.
Clemson.
Probably going to be another SEC team.
This is my actual picks. Bama, Ohio State, Oklahoma. I'm big on Oklahoma this year.
Okay.
And the winner of the ACC. But I could see Utah sneaking in. I do like Utah as well.
I could see, yeah. I could see Utah going. I think Florida's going to beat them, but if they're as good as expected, I could see them going undefeated.
Can somebody tell me what's their quarterback? He's a stud. He's got a weird name that's why I can't think of it off the top of my head. He's good. Yeah, he's like really good.
Yeah.
Can you look it up, Eric?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Dude, he's on a podcast and can't look up the damn name.
I'm looking it up right now. I remember
Jeez.
I was at a bachelor party out in Orlando, and I had money on Utah. That was that game that went into like 4 overtimes.
Oh yeah,
it crushed me.
Yeah. The problem with betting on like a Pac-12 team to make the playoffs is if they lose 2 games, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah, there's no pathway for them to get in, right? Which
Yeah.
You could probably say that about almost anybody, but like if Georgia lost 2 games and won the SEC somehow, they're going to get in.
And for
if
the record,
Michigan lost 2 games and won the Big Ten, they're probably going to get in, right? So like the Pac-12 just doesn't hold the weight of these other conferences.
Oh God, yeah, you can't lose 2 games in the Pac-12, and it's Cameron Rising, by the way, is their
who is it?
Cameron Rising.
Yeah, he's very good. He like a 7-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Like, he's really good. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he's a good we'll talk about the Heisman. He's a good flyer, right? If you like, we'll talk about the Heisman when the Heisman gets here. But.
Yeah, we'll do that next. So again, just Bama, Ohio State. You got Oklahoma, and if you love Miami, we'll just call it Miami.
Yeah, give me those 4. So yeah, Bama, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Miami.
I'm gonna say Clemson.
Hey, I think I got the same 4 as you.
Oh well, good night. Good night to those 4, buddy. Hell, none of them may make it. Can we kill the Bama dynasty?
No.
Who, Jaden Daniels?
I don't even think we could do that.
Surely we can't even do that.
Who you got winning it all? You on Bama?
Yeah.
Again, I mean, it's okay to be chalk. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not be? We say chalk, and I mess with you about chalk, but they've won 8 of the last, I think, 17.
Yeah. Listen, there's a difference between like being chalk and like being right. Like sometimes chalk is right.
7.
And there's still plus odds. You still get plus odds, not good plus odds, but you still get plus odds on them.
Not good plus odds at all. I'm on Ohio State, man. I fucking love Ohio State every year.
You do like Ohio State?
They're not physical enough. They're not there in the trenches.
Or fat. They're not fast enough either.
You wanted to hop into the Heisman? Just go for it. Who you got?
I don't know.
Oh, first, CJ Stroud is the favorite at 2-1. Bryce Young 4-1.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I figured he'd pass up Young at some point because you just don't win back to back. Tebow and Lamar both had better years their second year and they didn't win. So Archie Griffin's the only one. It may never happen again. Now
I'm actually shocked that given that information, like you don't go back to back, that Bryce Young's only 4-1. You'd think it'd be a little higher.
Well, they can't if they hang like a 10 on them. Like,
that's a lot.
So I don't know. Like, to me, if I'm looking at this, trying to win a bet, right? So there's a lot of trends. The playoffs started in 2014.
Yep.
6 of the 8 winners have been quarterbacks. No preseason favorite has ever won the Heisman since the college football playoffs started.
Wow.
And only 1 did not make the playoff. That was Johnny Manziel, I believe. Does that sound? Was he after 2014?
Lamar Jackson.
Was it Lamar?
Yeah, they didn't make the playoff for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, LSU beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's when Darius Guice killed that guy on that kickoff.
Yeah.
So
Duke Riley ran down Lamar.
That kind of narrows down who you need to be betting on, right? You need to bet a quarterback.
Yep.
That team needs to probably make the playoffs.
Yep.
Don't really want to bet a favorite.
Buddy, I honestly,
Van Dyke?
If I was allowed to bet on Van Dyke at 40-1, I would do it.
That's criminal. He's 25-1 on MGM. When you told me that, I thought you were lying. I thought you just screwed up like you always do.
I mean, I have to read 4 numbers. It's not that hard. Jesus.
Well, didn't know if you were 10 rumples in or not.
No, we don't drink that many Rumplemans in one sitting.
That's correct. Well, I can't imagine why the discrepancy is so much.
I don't know.
Like they kill you sometimes. Difference. Like on golf, they'll be like 5 off, 6 off, never 15 points. That's massive.
Difference.
You bet $1,000. The difference when you win $25,000 and $40,000. Like that's huge.
That's huge. Dylan Gabriel is 30-1.
I love that. In fact, I think Dylan Gabriel's my official pick
for the Heisman.
Yep, that's my official pick.
Wow.
I mean, at Oklahoma, he's going to get his numbers. That's for sure. He'll probably statistically be better than Van Dyke.
Yep, and if they win the Big 12, they'll probably be in the playoff. I'm gonna bet Gabriel probably as soon as we get off this podcast.
What are the odds? But not like the literal odds. Will Anderson, does he have a chance?
Not to win it.
Yeah,
He'll be a finalist.
The problem is Will Anderson had like one of the greatest defensive seasons of all time last year, and he came in what, 4th? Or he didn't? No, he didn't make the finalist list. So like he's gonna top that, and then he was 60-1 when he opened. He's like 25-1 now. So you missed the boat, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I'm out on that. I did tell you in the first. I think the first one we did, I did like him, but you just missed so much value, and it's hard for a defensive player to win it. Obviously, it's happened once, Woodson, and he played offense and he returned punts and all these other things. So Will Anderson's probably the best player in the country.
Yeah, he's probably going to be the first pick.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson was a finalist last year, I believe.
Yeah, he came in 2nd, I believe.
Did he?
I believe he came in 2nd to Bryce Young, yeah.
It's so stupid that Will Anderson is even as high as – he's got no chance. There's 0% chance he's going to win the Heisman. Literally none.
I agree. Win it, none.
I don't necessarily agree that that's how it should be, but that's how it's going to be. He has got no shot to win the Heisman.
I kind of agree, right? Like you go as far as your quarterback takes you.
What would he have to do?
I'll put it this way.
Last year,
Tyrann Mathieu didn't win it, and
exactly.
I mean, he had like 4 or 5 defensive touchdowns, like 8 forced balls, like just these crazy numbers. He returned 2 punts, like that's when I was convinced it can't be done on defense. When Mathieu didn't win it, I was like, okay, it can't be done.
Yeah, you have to score touchdowns, like we said with the defensive rookie of the year, or even defensive player of the year. Like it's a lineman award. It's whoever has the most sacks.
Yep.
Like he would have to have 25 sacks, 6 strip fumbles. He'd have to return 2 of them for touchdowns. 6 pick six. Like there's just no way. You have to score touchdowns in the high school.
There is.
You have to be returning.
The year Tyrann Mathieu was in New York City, there is a 0% chance that he was not the most impactful college football player in college football.
Yeah.
LSU in 2011 is 8-4, 9-3, whatever it is without him. He literally changed games. He won the SEC championship by himself. He did throw
won
that
the Arkansas.
Out.
No, we beat the shit out of Arkansas.
He did throw that punt out before he crossed the goal line, but he was 20 yards in front. But still, like he literally changed games. I remember I was at the Oregon game. I mean, the guy forced 2 fumbles. Like he was the best player in college football, and he still didn't win it. I don't think he came in 2nd. I believe he came in 3rd.
It was 3rd, yeah.
3rd, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean,
who won it that year?
God bless. Who did win it that year? Probably somebody from Bama, I'm sure.
That's a great guess.
Who? It may have been RG3.
Was it RG3 that year?
It may have been RG3.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. There's no chance that Tyrann Mathieu wasn't more impactful than RG3. I don't care what anybody says.
Buddy, did you know RG3 was born in Japan?
I did not know that. Thank you for that random Jeopardy.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
He's terrible, and he's a terrible broadcaster as well.
He's so bad in the booth, dude.
All right, let me get you. I got Gabriel. I'm on the record. Eric, who are you on the record?
I mean, I have Ohio State winning it all. So if I want to be right, I'm taking Stroud, but
okay,
Van Dyke is my guy.
No preseason favorites. Everyone.
I'm going to take Bryce Young as a chalk and Caleb Williams as a not sleeper, but not favorite.
He's not a sleeper. He's the 3rd fucking guy in the odds.
Caleb Williams?
Yeah, he's like 9-1.
I got him at 6-1.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Man's calling out sleepers. I
thought he was like 15, 20-1.
Hell no. He ain't gonna win it. He might as well be. Like USC is gonna be like 9-3, 10-2. So,
do we think? And we're gonna go strictly towards draft stock. Is there anybody that can be a riser like Joe Burrow was a couple years ago?
Of course.
Yeah.
I already mentioned too on the podcast, Levis and Richardson both could. Like, there's no reason that Richardson couldn't blow up with Napier, at the head coach. So,
I agree.
I mean, Levis could definitely do it. Levis, by the way, lit LSU up last year. Thank God.
He's good.
Yeah, you love Levis.
He's definitely going to be a pro.
Lit him up on his feet.
On his feet, yeah, you're right. Yeah, his feet.
There could be 5 first-round quarterbacks.
He lit him up on his feet, son.
Yeah, no, you're Mason's right about that. He lit him up on his feet for sure. But he's athletic. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, he's good.
What Van Dyke?
NC State's quarterback is good.
Oh yeah.
NC State, Utah, you got tons of good. This is actually a good draft crop this year.
Yeah.
Like when you have a good balance of good quarterbacks with high ceilings, and then you still have your Will Andersons of the world.
Yep.
That's
right.
good balance, right?
The receiver class is good.
There's seriously a potential that a quarterback goes 1, 2, 3 this year, right? I mean, it could happen.
Oh yeah.
Depending on how the NFL season shakes out, and you're sitting down there in the 4 or 5 hole, and you get Will Anderson just dumps right into your lap,
In your lap.
Yeah.
All right,
guys. I've got to jump off and eat some supper.
All right. Well,
I'm empty.
Here, hold on. This is the last one, and then you can go. At the end of every episode, we try and do like a non-little sports question.
Okay.
What's the best old school video game?
I'll let Mason go first.
That Mario Kart? I mean, it's classic, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
2004 Tiger Woods golf.
Filthy.
Literally, there's not a better intro to any video game ever than that.
MLB
when
Live
DMX starts coming in, oh my God.
I used to shoot 52 at Sawgrass.
Dude, I was a St. Andrews guy. I think I shot a
tap X and tap the spin.
Dude,
oh, yeah.
What was it? MLB Live 2005 had Manny Ramirez on the cover.
There was an MLB Live with, or was it MLB Live? There was an MLB game with Kenny Griffey on the cover that was really good.
Oh yeah, it was Ken Griffey.
Yeah, I had it on PC.
On that, on
Ken Griffey
64.
What's it called? Ken Griffey Home Run Baseball or something like that?
Yeah,
It's just Ken
I had it on
Griffey
PC.
Oh my God, on PC.
Now, I will say this. This might be before Mason's time. He's a young buck. Me and Eric are old.
Oof.
When I was a kid, we got 1997 NCAA football. I'll give you 1,000 guesses who was on the cover. And I think I'm right. I'm not 100% sure. And you would never get it.
I have no
Danny
idea.
Werfel. It was Danny Werfel.
Oh my
I'm almost
God.
certain Danny Werfel was on the 97 cover.
Danny Werfel was filthy.
Yeah, he was very good. But you could Dynasty mode back
It
in
should have
those
been
days.
Kevin Falk.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree. Or Rondell Mealy.
Jesus.
Back in those days, Dynasty, you could only do 4 seasons. That's all you could do. So now you can go, or
Forever.
not now, but you could go forever, So me and my brother were like writing a notebook, like what record our team had after 4 years, and like start over.
Yeah.
And like you would just, but everybody wanted to be in Nebraska back then.
Yeah.
Recruiting
Right.
was a little different on NCAA football back then. All the recruits they all went to Nebraska.
Jacob G said 007 GoldenEye.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
listen,
N64? Yeah.
Perfect Dark was so much better than GoldenEye.
Okay. I almost just hung up on that.
Okay.
In fact, who?
Dude, GoldenEye on
Dark?
N64. Well, who?
Perfect Dark. It's
I've
the
never
same
heard
I've
that
concept,
never heard
basically.
that.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is. GoldenEye on N64 when you got the golden gun. You can shoot him.
Yeah,
with a
one
pinky
shot
and they
kills.
got it.
Oh yeah, one shot. Boom.
Yosemite Mines.
Yes.
I was a big wrestling video game guy back then.
Yeah,
No Mercy.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm just saying, all the Tiger Woods game. Yeah, that was a ridiculous statement. I agree, Deez.
You got
All the
three.
Tiger Woods games. I had every NCAA football, everyone from Danny Werfel on. Like, please. The only thing that would motivate me I haven't played video games probably I tried to play during the pandemic. They just got too hard. So I haven't played video games in probably about 6 or 7 years.
Dude, they're
I will
so
buy.
good.
They're impossible. I tried to play this golf game with my nephew the other day that I had played it a little bit, but I hadn't played in like 2 years. I think I shot even par. Like, I mean, that's ridiculous. If they bring back NCAA football, I'm buying an Xbox 361, whatever the newest one is, and I'm getting NCAA football. I'm starting up another online dynasty, and we're back.
I would 100% buy NCAA the second it comes out.
The second. I will buy a new console. I'll have to. Like, I will do whatever it takes to play NCAA.
Coming out next year, isn't it?
That's what they said. I don't know. 2023 is what they said.
Well, we'll see.
I think it used to come out in July.
Yeah, it used to come out every July. That's right. Yep. Denard Shoelace Robinson was on the last cover.
Last
cover.
Mm-hmm.
God, that game was
2014.
Who do they put on the cover of the first one?
They actually released a statement the other day saying that they would put a current player that had won the Heisman on the cover. The only one I think was Bryce Young.
Yeah,
Bryce Young,
yeah. So I don't know.
Well, they'll probably put whoever wins it this year on it.
Well, that's what I don't know if they meant
they'll do like a duo. It'll be both of them.
I didn't know if they meant like counting this year, whatever.
I don't know.
All right, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to Pluckers. Fred's is right over my shoulder.
Deuces.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Everybody, that will end this episode of Pump the Brakes. Don't forget, subscribe, rate, review, and we will see you back for the mailbag on Monday. Peace out.